They say a blank wall is a canvas, but in my house, it's a battlefield. It's the exact point where a 5-year-old's drive to explore meets a mother's need for order. Hi, my name is Tawana. I'm a mom and an educator here in Metro Atlanta, and I've been in the field for over 25 years. I've spent my career teaching and guiding other people's children, helping them find their way within the boundaries of a curriculum. But outside of school, my life exists in the squeeze. I'm a parent to two beautiful girls, one 19, heading into her own adulthood, and one 5, just beginning to test her limits. In my mid 40s, I am the bridge between their generations and my own aspirations. This is a story about the sandwich generation struggle. It's about scaffolding a daughter's world so she can grow, while finally fighting to reclaim the artistic space I've pushed aside for far too long. This is Permission to Mark. This video is an exploration of how we use intentional boundaries to foster growth in our children while fighting to preserve the creative spark within ourselves. To understand Lily, my 5-year-old, you first have to understand the physical paradox of her existence. She was my miracle baby. And like many miracles, she arrived with an intensity that is both breathtaking and, let's be honest, a little bit terrifying. She was born with an engine that operates at 100% capacity for 12 hours a day. If you're a parent of a preschooler, you know this engine. It's the one that doesn't just wake up, it ignites. Does anyone else's child skip the yawning phase and go straight to high-speed chase at 7 a.m.? Oh, just me? Huh. I watch her move through our home and I see the look in her eyes, the one where curiosity moves significantly faster than her impulse control. She wasn't just living in our house, she was vibrating within. But here was the friction. She lacked the cognitive brakes to stop herself. This is what Lev Vygotsky called the zone of proximal development. Lily was in a classic mismatch. Her physical ability to create was miles ahead of her internal ability to regulate. When I would find a new green or pink or blue line on the table leg or a swirl on the baseboard, I had to remind myself, she wasn't trying to be defiant. She wasn't bad. She was just a visionary whose medium happened to be my freshly painted walls. She was simply operating in a space where her drive exceeded her developmental tools. She was a creator without a studio. As a teacher in the elementary schools, I knew that a lecture on property values wouldn't bridge this gap. A timeout doesn't teach a child how to regulate an impulse they don't even understand yet. She didn't need a punishment, she needed scaffolding. I had to create an external mediator, a physical, tangible boundary that would do the thinking for her until her own brain caught up. So I decided to create the vertical canvas. I transformed that forbidden hallway wall into a triple layer butcher paper situation. But before the first marker was ever uncapped, we had a board meeting and I had her sign a contract. Lily loves charts and schedules to follow, so I designed a chart with clear, non-negotiable icons. Because in Piaget's pre-operational stage, abstract rules like please respect the furniture are about as effective as telling a cat to bark. But a signature, a mark that says this is hers, that carries some weight. The art chart rules were as follows. Make sure that your paper is in place. If the marker or paint touches the wall, the markers and the paints go back on the shelf. When a color is finished, make sure you hear the marker click. And there's a checkout system. Markers are borrowed, paints are put away, and not owned by Lily. They live high up on a shelf where she has to ask her parents' permission to use them. No more free for all. Piaget tells us that 5-year-olds are concrete thinkers. They see the world through the lens of their own actions. By having Lily sign that art chart, I turned those abstract mom rules into Lily's promise. The contract became a physical anchor. It was something she could see, touch, and own. And because it was hers, she didn't want to break it. Think about your own home for a second. Are you constantly reacting to your child's impulses? Or are you building the structures they need to succeed on their own? I moved from a punitive no to a collaborative here you go. By providing this structure, I wasn't just protecting the paint on my walls, I was protecting her sense of purpose. And I even became a partner in her process. If she did make a mistake, we often worked side by side, scrubbing the paint or marker off the wall with a sponge. This was no longer a chore, it was a partnership. I was teaching her that her marks matter as long as they are made in the right space. I was successfully scaffolding her growth, building the external walls she needed to find her internal balance. But as I stood back and watched her fill that vertical canvas with every color in the box, a heavy irony started to set in. I was so busy being the architect of her environment, so consumed with building the perfect space for her to create, that I realized I had completely lost the coordinates to my own creative space. When was the last time you claimed a space just for your own growth? I was the teacher, the guide, the scaffold, but the artist in me was still standing in a very quiet, very empty hallway. If part one was about Lily's energy, part two is about where energy goes to die. The sandwich generation squeeze. Oh yeah, I'm in the squeeze. I am the bread, currently being pressed into a panini by the needs of an adult daughter navigating college, a husband launching a business, a 5-year-old who expects me to be a full-time playmate, and aging parents. And then there's the day job. I'm an elementary health teacher for over 800 children. It's a physical paradox. I am supposed to be the resident expert on wellness, but I currently live in a state of secondary aging. Hearing loss and high blood pressure have taken over my life. That would fail my own rubric. I spend my days teaching children how to name their feelings and stay safe, while my own wellness is held together by a quick ponytail and a steady diet of Reese's Cups. Yep, I'm not a teacher who drinks coffee. I love Reese's. And yes, I know I'm the health teacher. But people see my social age and think I'm youthful. But internally, the check engine light is blinking. My diagnosis was a wake-up call. But how do you stay healthy when the gym eliminates its childcare and your daughters, ages 19 and 5, both need you at the same time? This is the developmental squeeze. The desire to manage aging is constantly blocked by the logistical takeover of caregiving. I realized I had become a procrastinator of the spirit. I was addicted to light bulb moments because dreaming is safe. It has no risk of failure. I wasn't avoiding my specialist degree or my creative projects because I was lazy. I was stuck in external regulation. My history as a wife, mother, and teacher conditioned me to prioritize the deadlines of others. I only moved when someone else was waiting on me. I was avoiding them because I was waiting for my environment to provide the motivation that should have been coming from within. I was waiting for later, but in the sandwich generation, later is a myth. I used to craft a lot. That brought me so much joy, so much peace, and a place to release my stress. So, to break the cycle, I had to become the architect of my own environment. I used the Rubicon model to move from thinking to doing by setting hard stop deadlines to specifically create. These were my points of no return. Then I applied Bandura's proximal goals through task chunking. I carved out 20-minute windows immediately before the high-stakes demands of school and family could swallow me whole. I implemented task shielding. No laundry, no emails, no just one quick thing. I retreated to my secret lair and made something. Usually small, but it made me happy. By hitting these tiny milestones, I started building regulatory self-efficacy. I was proving to myself that I could manage my own behavior with the same fierce discipline I use in my classroom. By the end of the month, I moved from zero progress to hitting 60% of my goals. I'm not just finishing tasks, I'm shifting to integrated regulation, making creativity a core part of my identity. They call it mom brain as if I've lost my edge, but in reality, I'm running a multi-generational, multi-professional mainframe. I've realized I can't just be scaffolding for everyone else's building. I have to be the architect of my own. I'm showing my kids, the 5-year-old, the college student, and the 800 in my school, that health isn't just about nutrition. It's the audacity to claim your own space and move from just completing to launching. Even if you have to hide in your secret lair with a laptop and a bag of Reese's cups to find it. In the end, Lily and I were fighting the same battle. The struggle to bridge the gap between a wild, creative impulse and the structure needed to make it real. I gave her the vertical paper and the visual charts so she could move from making marks that caused trouble to making marks that built her world. I had to do the same for myself. By claiming my secret lair and sticking to my hard stops, I stopped making excuses and started making progress. My creative follow-through isn't just about finishing a task, it's about reclaiming my identity from the sandwich squeeze. We are both learning that the marks we leave behind, whether they are the green marker or paint drawings on the hallway wall, or earning a specialist degree that builds a legacy, they both carry the same weight. My creative follow-through isn't just a hobby anymore. It's my way of making sure that when my daughters look at me, they don't just see a tired mom who gave everything away until she was empty. They see a woman who had the guts to claim her own space, find her peace, and build a future for her family. Health isn't just about blood pressure numbers or doctor visits. It's about the feeling of a soul that has finally found its way home. They are proof that we aren't just reacting to the world, we are shaping it. The health teacher in me used to think wellness was about a checklist of habits, but the architect in me now knows it's actually about the audacity to build a boundary around your own soul. You won't find me disappearing into the needs of everyone else anymore. Instead, I'm showing the next generation how to light their own fire by keeping mine burning. I've become the architect of my own peace, one 20-minute block and one Reese's cup at a time. My autonomy was never lost. It was just waiting for me to claim it. And now that I have, The marks I'm leaving behind are finally starting to look exactly like the life I've always wanted to build.